Hey, what's up guys? It's Dom from Hole Printing Inc. In today's quick yet very exciting video, I'll be showing you guys how to remove DTF prints. Now previously in DTF printing, what I would personally do to cover up or fix a mistake is I would kind of try to peel off the logo, try to double the logo, stuff like that. However, in today's video, you guys will learn a very cost-effective way of removing not only a full DTF print, but also partial DTF prints. So this video is going to be extremely helpful. I really wish a video like this existed when I was first starting out. It would have saved me so much time, so much money, and so many headaches, because I swear, the amount of time that a print is a bit crooked or something peels off and you have to double it, you have to throw away the shirt, throw away the hoodie, and in some cases even throw away the jackets. Hopefully this video is going to save you lots of money and lots of headaches. So first of all, before we even get started, let me explain to you a bit who I am. My name is Dominic. I run Hole Printing Inc. We've been doing this for around 4 years, and every single day we try to bring you quality videos about not only DTF printing, but the printing world in general. So if you haven't already, make sure to click that subscribe button and let's get right into today's video. So guys, before we even get started, here's a few things that you will need. I will have links in the description of everything I'm talking about. So first thing you're going to need is VLR. Some people also use acetone, but I would suggest you guys go ahead and buy this VLR bottle. It's easy to apply and it's a formula specifically made for vinyl and DTF prints. So yes, you've heard that correctly. Not only can you remove DTF prints, but you can also remove vinyl with this solution. Secondly, you're going to need some sort of Q-tips or foam swab. Something like this will do the trick. In some cases, you might need scissors and also heat transfer tape. A squeegee like this that is hard will also be very handy. A mask, ideally with some sort of respiratory attachment like this, just for, you know, protection when you're breathing in the fumes. It is quite a heavy solvent, so I would suggest having some sort of mask to protect yourself. And also, if possible, have some sort of gloves. These are very cheap gloves. I would suggest you guys have actual gloves, even though it might be a bit hard to apply. Make sure you protect yourself, and also they do suggest on the solution of this bottle that you use some goggles, and it is better to do this in a highly ventilated space or ideally outside. So now that we've got the materials out of the way, let's go into the actual application of this solution. So the first thing I want you guys to do is clear your work area. Also make sure you guys grab some sort of Teflon paper and fold it up like this. This will be very useful. So as you can see, I have 2 FedEx prints. Let's say I want to remove this whole FedEx print. I want to print something over it, or in this example, let's say I just want to keep this one. I'll show you guys how to go about this application. So let me just set up the camera here for you guys. Wonderful. So now that you want to remove, let's say, just this print, this is the most important step. So you can either apply the VLR solution on the top of your print, or as they suggest on the bottle, you want to go ahead and put some VLR on the inside of the surface. However, on coats and on more, thick material, it is a bit hard to go inside of the garment since it is more thick. So what I would suggest you guys do if you're doing it on a hoodie or something like this is the following steps. I want to get a foam swab like this, my VLR bottle, and also some sort of container. So in this example, guys, I'm going to be using this mason jar. So what I want to do is take my foam swab and put some VLR on the foam swab itself. I want to put a healthy amount, really soak the foam swab as much as possible. And if you want something a bit more, precise, I would use a Q-tips. What you want to do is put this inside of the sleeve or wherever you are applying your VLR so it doesn't bleed through the t-shirt in this example. So let's just go ahead and place it like this. Now the second step, you want to grab another Teflon paper and you kind of just want to cover the area where you don't want VLR to affect your other prints. So the same steps would apply if you just want to remove, let's say, this part right here. So let's take our foam swab that's heavily covered with VLR and try to remove the MD. So you kind of let it sit for a while. They suggest also you kind of pull the logo like this and stretch it out. Also, a very important thing that I realized, guys, on darker garments, it can lead to stains, so do not put too much. It's better to put too little and reapply than to put too much and stain your garment. So now that the VLR has soaken inside of the fabric, you want to make sure you cover your print like this, and you kind of just rub it off. And now you're saying to yourself, okay, well, will this go away? And the short answer is nobody knows. In some cases, yes, it will go away, but what I would suggest, especially if you're trying to remove fine letters like I just did, and you kind of see that the ring is going inside of your print that you want to keep, is I would heat press this to make sure to remove any moisture, and also make sure to, you know, on the surrounding letters that everything is okay and nothing is going to peel off. Because if I were to just give this like this to a client, this could actually, you know, wash off in the wash because VLR has affected the X and the FedEx. So very important stuff. Now what I want to do, let's say I want to remove this whole FedEx, it's going to be the same steps. Cover the inside of your t-shirt, and also guys, if you want, you can also go from the inside. I'll show you guys another example. But let's just cover everything like this. Let's take our VLR bottle and kind of just soak our foam swab like this. Put a healthy amount, guys, don't be scared. But again, less is better than too much, so this will do the job for now. Let's cover our other FedEx that we don't want to affect. Let's start from the bottom and make our way up like this. Perfect. Now what we're going to do is we're going to let this sit for a while, and we're also going to stretch it like this. Make sure you guys are using gloves. However, you'll see that if you're using cheap gloves like this, they might actually, you know, melt off because this solution is extremely strong. So make sure you guys are safe when doing this. Now again, we do have a Teflon paper underneath, making sure it doesn't bleed through. And as you can see, I'm simply applying light pressure and everything is coming off super easy. This is a game changer when it comes to DTF printing. You can also use the bottom like this to kind of go and remove any excess that's still there. Wonderful, guys. So what I'll do now is just, you know, as you can see, a strong solution indeed, guys. It's taken off the foam from the swab. You just want to kind of play around with it like this. Perfect. That looks good. Now you guys will see when you touch the surface, ideally don't touch it right away, but it's still kind of sticky. And how to remove this, it's pretty simple. You want to take a new foam swab because yours is maybe looking like mine. Let's put this to the side. Now let's take a brand new foam swab. Again, apply some VLR on the top of the foam swab. A good amount. Like this is okay. We're going to cover our FedEx that we don't want to remove. And we'll just kind of pass again to remove any glue that might still be there. It's especially hard to see on lighter garments, but on darker garments you guys will see what I'm talking about. So you can remove it like this and everything's perfect. Now the next step for us in this example would be to actually go ahead and heat press the sleeve again to make sure to not only remove the moisture that's still in the sleeve, but also make sure that this print stays intact. Now let's do another example, guys. Again, keep your Teflon paper inside. Let's say I want to remove this FedEx logo that was printed on the reverse side. Let's go from the inside this time. So since we don't have any surrounding prints and we actually covered off our other print, what we can do now is kind of flip the sleeve inside out like this. Now I am going to just take my VLR and I'm just going to gently apply it on the sleeve where the FedEx print is. So I'm just applying everywhere that I can see the FedEx. And let me put this to the side and kind of show you. Might be hard to tell on the camera, but we can visibly see the FedEx print right here. So I put some VLR solution all on the logo and the inside of the sleeve, not on the outside. So this is also another way you can go about it. Now you want to kind of let this sit for a while, but also what you can do is the same thing. You want to stretch it very hard. If you want to remove the whole print, again, if you just want to remove a letter or something, you take the foam swab, and then you just want to stretch from every single angle, and then you want to go ahead. You can let it sit for a while, or you can attack it right away. the longer you let it sit, not too long, but let's say a few minutes, the easier it's going to be to remove it. So something like this, guys. Perfect. Now again, once the FedEx print is removed, what we can do is let this a bit, just dry naturally in the environment of your shop. And after that, what you can do is take your sleeve and heat press it, and then you would be ready to apply a new logo or just keep the logo removed. Now let's take a look at our old FedEx, well, our untouched FedEx logo. As you can see, it's starting to peel off here in the corner. So what I would do is heat press this and make sure everything is perfect. And then once you're done, you have successfully removed a DTF print. This also works on hats. You can use VLR on hats and a bunch of different surfaces, hoodie, jackets, you guys name it. What I find very interesting as well is that you can go ahead and also just remove a section of the print, so it doesn't have to be the whole thing. So let's say I just want to remove the X from this FedEx right over here. What I'm going to do is, again, take this, put it inside so it doesn't bleed through. I personally like to apply the VLR on top whenever I'm trying to remove one single letter than to apply it on the bottom, because once I apply it on the bottom, I feel like I don't really see what's going on. Let's say I just want to remove the X. I'll do something like this. Take my foam swab, even though it's very damaged, put some VLR on top of it, as so. And now, what I want to do is very carefully kind of apply it where I want to go. But I don't want to put it too close to the edge because it might overlap on the other logo. So I'm just trying to kind of go in motions here and remove it like this. Same thing on the bottom here. Just trying to kind of remove it on the side. Perfect, guys. Amazing application. Perfect. Now, again, we would repeat the same steps. Let's say you want to apply a new letter because this one was damaged, or you just want to keep it like this. Same steps apply. You take your garment and you bring it down to your heat press. You press it with the normal temperature and every setting that you usually use, and then you're ready to apply your new letter, or you're ready to go ahead and just leave it like that. So hopefully you guys found this video somewhat helpful. If you guys did, make sure to leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe if you're new. This was Dom from Hole Printing Inc. Make a print you'll never forget.